Okay, Brian, thank you. We're live in Norton Shores, where we continue to focus on the efforts to find Jessica Heeringa. What we've learned in the past few hours, police are analyzing a substance that they found at the Exxon station. It very well could be motor fluid, but they're making sure that it's not a valuable clue in this case. We also know the guy that was pulled over a few as other people involved with the persons of interest interviews. We've been hearing from him all week on this investigation. I'm joined right now by Norton Shores Police Chief Daniel Shaw. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you have been talking with some persons of interest. That guy was cleared in the van. Where do we stand right now with interviewing persons of interest?
Well, we've got a number of people that we need to talk to, and they're all coming in from the tips that have been generated by the public. And so we just checked that person off the list, and the next person is on the list is given to the investigative team to go out and find and interview.
Okay. So you're making your way through the list. You're getting a lot of tips, you were telling me. This story's gone nationwide. You're telling me that you're getting tips from other countries.
Yes, the story is being picked up by even other countries now.
That's right. So like you were telling me Mexico?
Mexico, we heard from London and Italy, yes.
Something else. You obtained the DNA samples from the gas station. What are you doing with there? What's the process with that right now?
Well, the samples we obtained, we really don't know what they are, and so we are having them tested, and if they turn out to be bodily fluids or blood, then we will send them off for DNA analysis. But until that time, we're treating it like a suspicious substance. We really don't know what it is. It could be brake fluid, motor oil, we have no idea. But we're trained to find anything that's out of the ordinary at a crime scene and take samples of it.
Okay, so it looked unusual. You just want to make sure and double check.
Well, it did belong on the pavement. That's what we're saying.
We were talking a little bit earlier before this interview about going back through the surveillance tapes of the route of the van when it was leaving the area. Where do you stand with that right now? You've obtained 2 different locations that had surveillance video. Now what?
Now we're continuing further north, and the investigators have been checking every store along the route and then past the route to see if we can determine where the van went after it passed the coin zone on Grand Haven Road. So they're checking further north, they're going east and west, trying to find anybody that can find, or any video surveillance that would capture that van again.
Okay, so it's just making different routes, going to those different businesses and seeing what they may have.
Correct.
Okay. Well, the search continues.
Yes, it does. We will find her.
Norton Shores Police Chief Dan Shaw joining us once again tonight. We thank you for giving us the very latest information.
Thank you.
Well, make sure and stay with us because we have a lot of information coming your way on this. We will continue to give you all that we have. Police are still welcoming your tips or any information that you may have, and you can stay anonymous if you want to. You can call Silent Observer at 231-722-7463. Make sure and stay with us for the very latest updates on this story. We have a special section at woodtv.com where you can find all of our stories and a timeline of the case. Right now, let's head back to the studio and Brian Sterling. Brian?
Thank you, Sue.